Hey everyone, Teresa here. We are taking care of lighting and sound, so just please stand by and give us just about 5 more minutes. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I am very excited about tonight. I am not only going to read my poem that several of you all voted on. I have some friends, some fellow poets that have been very kind to allow me to read some of their material tonight. So I'm very excited about that. So, as some of you know, I have a co host, Clint. Well, I'll tell you a little story. So, Clint, he takes care of our trivia and he's the lighting and sound check person. Well, he kind of got a last minute work subject he had to take care of. And so he didn't get finished with his trivia questions, so he's still working on the trivia questions because I don't have anything. He takes care of the trivia questions, so I don't have anything for the games yet. But I do have prizes and gifts. I just don't have any questions for the trivia games yet. So he is busy working on that as we speak. All right, so let me check my messages here and see who's with us here. Let me see if I can see any of you all on my phone, because see if I've got any messages from everybody. Okay, so far I'm not seeing anything on my cell phone. Let me check and see. I need to be able to see you guys' messages. And we'll get started here. Okay, I know I'm on there. Let me check. No, that won't work. And too, Clint uses his cell phone to read off the messages, and I'm not seeing anything just yet. So without my message center, I can't really do anything. And I'm not seeing it for some reason. So let me try again and see what happens. Okay. All right, there I am. Okay. Hi, Bobby. I'm glad to see that you can join us tonight. Let's see. Who else is here? Let me see here. Okay. Oops, better turn down my phone there. All right, then. We are good to go. There's Jarnell and Bobby so far. Oh, give me some thumbs up, everybody. Give me some thumbs up. Glad to see you guys. And hey, April. Okay, unless you send me a message and say hello, I don't know if you're there. So please at least send a message saying hi, hey, how are you, something along those lines. That way I'll know you are viewing and I'll be able to. Hello, April, how are you tonight? That way I'll know that you're there and I'll know who's watching. And sometimes I have drawings and give away gifts to people that watch. So you definitely want to do that and let me know that you're there. Oh, thank you, Bobby, very much. Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking about wearing it straight. I haven't worn it straight in a while, but I kind of like it curly. Hey, Mom, there's my mom, Willow. Hello. My mom is viewing. She's viewing from Morgantown, Kentucky. And I am live from Vicksburg, Mississippi. So I've been here in Mississippi since October, the end of October. and it is definitely different than what I'm used to. I do love Kentucky. I am a Kentucky girl through and through. But you try to, as they say, to make it the best, wherever you are. So that's what I'm trying to do. All right. So like I said, I can tell that there's a lot more of you all viewing. So please just say hello. Just type it in your comments. Hi, Dave. How are you doing? Good to see you. So just type in hello or something, and that way I'll know that you are there. Okay. All right, so we are going to, I've got a lot of really cute stuff that I'm going to hopefully give away. And if I get enough viewers and Clint gets our trivia game, our trivia game questions. So I'm going to change screens here, and I'm going to go to the poetry page, and I'm going to attempt to read poetry. And I set it up today, and I think it will work. But of course, you never know until you try it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch screens, and I will be really, really small in the right upper hand corner of the screen. And I am going to pull up the featured poets for tonight. Now, these are not the featured poets, maybe one as of right now that's going to be in the magazine, but these are featured poets for this new event that I'm doing, and I'm calling it the Naked Poet. Hi, Ahmad. Hi, Albus. The Naked Poet. I figured I would get some raised eyebrows when people saw that. But I'm calling it the Naked Poet because, the poets, we reveal ourselves and we put ourselves out there through our poetry. So sometimes it's like, stripping yourself down till, you're naked. So that's where I came up with the Naked Poet. Saucy naked poetry. Yeah. And well, Dave says he loves that, so I'm glad y'all like it. After I posted that, I'm like, well, I don't know exactly how that will go over, but I'm glad that I haven't gotten any strange messages yet about it, so I'm glad of that. All right then. So I'm going to switch screens now and see what we can come up with. Oh, I am not okay. Let me work on this and see what's going on. All right. All right, Dave. Okay, so excuse me. This weather has been going from cold to warm to cold to warm, and so I may have to take me some sips of water in between everything. All right, so I am, as you can see, I'm up there in the corner, and I'm going to do some poetry. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to officially announce the third featured poet for my Spring 2017 Poetry Magazine. So I have selected 2 poets so far, and so I'm going to announce the third. And I have gifts. What I'm doing is I'm giving gifts to each poet, and hopefully I'm picking out some little items that they like. So I'm going to announce the third poet, and you all put your hands together and let's congratulate April D. Johnson. Yay, April! April has secured a placement in my Spring 2017 Inspirational Magazine. Hello, Eddie. Yes, that's Eddie's babe there. So I'm very pleased, and I'm very pleased to have April on board. And as I have said, I hope that she will, that Clint and I can do justice on the on the magazine. Like I said, we worked very hard on it, and I think everyone would be very pleased. We are doing something different this time. We're including a more of a wide range of poets and poetry from different countries. So it should be really, really interesting what we come up with. Now, the title is inspiration. I mean, the theme is inspiration. And unless we change our mind, or unless someone comes up with something that I absolutely can't live without the title, I have titled the magazine Beyond Inspiration. So the title will be Beyond Inspiration, and now I will explain where I came up, how I came up, and why I came up with the title. So the theme is inspiration. So I have asked the poets to send in their poetry, inspirational poetry, and a personal story about a period in their lives, and an inspirational story where they talk about their self and things that have gone on in their life, some hardships, or a time in their life that wasn't so happy. They may have had I don't know, just different problems. They may have lost a loved one, or there's a lot of things that can happen. So I've been reading these stories, and I'm absolutely very thankful that everyone that I ask is sharing their self with me and allowing me to use their story and their poetry to place it in my magazine. So beyond inspiration, after reading these stories, we get inspiration from people, we get inspiration from all types of areas. But it comes a time that you have to take what you've learned and what you've gathered, and you as a person have to do the rest. So you have to take the steps. You have to take the steps and emerge from that sadness or depression or whatever the situation that you're in. You have to emerge from that situation to move forward and to be more positive and have positive around you. So that's beyond inspiration. Beyond, you have to take it beyond the inspiration that you've received from other people in whatever way that was, or your other inspiration, if it was through church, through prayer, through counseling, whatever it was that helped you and moved you to take the steps to move forward in your life to be a better person. So that's where I came up with Beyond Inspiration. And I hope you all like it, and I think that it suits what I'm doing here, and I'm happy with it. I think that it will suit the magazine very well. So what do y'all think about that? Thank you, Bobby. I think that it's very encouraging, and that's my intent. So as I said, I have some gifts, and what I'm doing is it's inspiration. Is I'm giving each of the ladies that is chosen something to inspire them. If I can find it, I've got very little room and trying to show a lot of stuff. Hi, Joanna. How are you? I'm glad you found us. So what I decided one of the little gifts that I decided that I'm going to give the ladies that are chosen as one of the magazine's featured poets is a little mirror. A little mirror. And the reason that I chose this little mirror, like I said, is that other than it's really cute, it's absolutely adorable, is that all they have to do is look at themselves in the little mirror. Anytime they may be feeling blue or down or just not their best, they can look into this little mirror and remember that they have everything inside of them that it takes to move and get out of the slump that they're in, the bad situation that they're in, or feeling bad, whatever it is. They have that within their self. They have the key inside their self, and maybe they just need to remember that. Maybe they need something to jog their memory, and here is the little mirror to do that. So that is my little gift that I'm giving each of the ladies that is selected as one of the featured poets in the Spring 2017 Poetry Magazine. Now, what I said was my last stream that each time I choose a poet, that I will add something to the gift bag. So these little mirrors, they don't count. Everyone, all the ladies, I should say, will get one of these. And then I have something else for the gentleman. So what I have added, so there's 3 chosen poets. So what I need to do is I need to add 3 items to the gift bag. So what I came up with, I have a necklace for the mirror. I hope y'all can see that. And I got a longer necklace because I think that it'll look really cute hanging down, hanging longer. So as of right now, April and Bobby will get one of these chains. Now, I was going to make the gift bags the same thing, but after I got thinking about it, I don't know if the guys would want all of this female stuff. So, so I think I'm going to make 2 different gift bags. There'll be one for the ladies and then one for the gentlemen. That way, you will have stuff that you'll be able to use instead of giving the gentleman all kinds of little lady stuff. I will put in their gift bag things that are for men and that they will be able to use themselves and enjoy. So that's one thing that I added. And here's the second. Isn't that pretty? It's a hair comb. Isn't that pretty? And the hair combs, of course, it looks antique, vintage. I like hair combs. I think they're very regal looking, very ladylike. So anyway, I hope that y'all like that. So that's the second one. So I have one more that I'm adding because I've chosen 3 poets. Now look what I have here. I have charm. It's going to be a charm. So they're little charms, but they're books, or I should say they symbolize books. So you will have a choice. And does anybody remember my favorite writer in my favorite books? Okay, well, I don't know. Well, I don't know, Eddie. I'll have to send some of those, to another, maybe to other countries. I wouldn't want to get in trouble trying to send that to other countries. They may come and get me. So I'll have to come up with something. But that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. So does anyone remember my favorite writer and my favorite, we talked about it one time, my favorite period pieces? Does anybody remember that? No, I don't want to get in trouble over sending gifts to other countries. So what I have here is, like I said, it's a little charm. And one of them is Emma. It says Emma by Jane Austen. And the other one is Pride and Prejudice, also by Jane Austen. So the ladies will have a choice of which little book charm you would like. So you'll have a choice of Emma or Pride and Prejudice. So I hope y'all like those, if you can see them. Hope you can see them. So that's the 3 items that I have in the ladies' gift bag. So I hope y'all like those. And I will continue to add. Continue to add. All right. Now then, let me put these over here out of the way. All right, so I'm going to so what I'm going to try to do is read some poetry. Now, as you can see, this is as large as I can make the screen and still be on the screen. So we have April up first. Now, I also gave, I also asked the poets tonight a few questions. So as you can see, it says interview. Well, I hope you can see that anyway. So I asked them a few questions, and I'm going to read the answers. I'm going to read their answers and then read a poem of theirs. So I asked, what moves you to write poetry? So this is April's interviews, you can see. And April says, I love the English language. And sometimes I just grab onto an idea, word, or sentence that simply gets stuck in my mind, or a memory comes back and demands attention. So I take notes and a poem starts to form. That's very nice. Now, see what we've got here. So the second question is, do you have a favorite poet? If so, please name your favorite poet and touch on your reasoning behind your choice. So April answered the question, and she says she has 3 favorite poets: Mary Oliver, William Carlos Williams, and she says she has recently discovered Carl Sandburg more recently. So the third question, well, let's see. And she goes on to say that I love the way they turn a phrase, the richness of their language, use of imaginary, their love of nature and observations of life around them. Also, their topics are varied like mine. Let's see here. So then there was one more question. And the question was, if you could only write one type of poetry for the rest of your life, what type of poetry would it be? So April answers, free verse, as it suits my thought, process, and communication style. Sometimes I want rhyme and sometimes I don't, she says. Very, very nice. Very nice. So here's April's poem, and it is called Just a Few Hours. Tucked away in a comfy spot, then thoughts snuck in and wouldn't lay. They swirled and hurled ideas and frets, my tired mind to forget. Finally, the night swallowed me in. Sleep found me a tad more frayed than expected. Very nice, April. I like that. I like that. There's a lot in there. You can pack a lot of thought and feelings into a small package, as they say. I like that, and I thank you for allowing me to read your poem. So then we move on to Joanna, her pretty picture here. I think that is some kind of maybe, I don't know. Joanna, where are you at? Are you still on there? Where was this picture taken? That's a very nice photo. I don't know if she's still on here. Joanna, are you still with us? I wanted to tell our viewers where this photo was taken at. That's a nice photo. I'm not sure if she's still there or not. I think my feed has stopped. All right, let's see. So Joanna's interview. What moves you to write poetry? She was asked. So she says, I don't have a quick answer for this question. When I became interested in poetry, I was young, and I have never been educated formally on how to write creatively poetry. I was able to write my way through higher education because it was information and research papers. When I thought of trying creative writing, it was a whim, a hobby to test my interest level, more than a goal. All right, very interesting. Then she goes on to say, though I do know when I get a feeling to write, various reasons are capable of creating compelling aspirations, mostly human right issues, she says. It is vexatious until I do. With experience, I will be able to answer the question, clarity. I will keep my fingers crossed the next time this question is asked. I will have an answer. I will be able to answer it. Give it the answer it deserves. Thank you, Joanna. That's very, very informative there, I think. Joanna says that, oh, is that Woostsocket? Never heard of that. That's a new one for me. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Very interesting name there. So then, do you have a favorite poet? And let's see. She goes on to say that, let's see here. Let me find this. This is, like I said, I've only got a little, and Maya Angelou, Helen Steiner Rice. And the reason she says, I was young, I could understand their message. And then she was asked, if you could only write one type of poetry for the rest of your life, what type of poetry would it be and why? And she goes to say, I don't have comprehensive knowledge base of poetry or the different types. Hopefully, someday I will gain that knowledge too. Mostly, I want to thank you. And then she goes on to give me a very, very nice compliment and thank you. She says, mostly, I want to thank you for the kind and generous invitation for me to participate in this wonderful event and in the evening's festivities. I am eager to hear all of the poems that will be read and participate further. Will be even more special. And then she signs off. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Thank you. Very nice answers. Very informative. And I thank you very much, Joanna, for sharing that with us. And so then I have some of Joanna's poetry to read. And I will read it as clearly as I can. And scrolling this, I don't know how it looks to you guys. I don't even know if you can keep up with it, but this is, y'all have to let me know what you think about doing it this way. Natural beauty experience. Life's canvas is trifling and irreplaceable. A person's inner beauty writes the lines of nature's exquisiteness. By adding the touches of love and fingertips, of care to our canvas, it becomes beautiful and unforgettable. Beauty in nature. Place your fingertips in a flowing stream. You can feel the miracle of physical beauty's core. In chorus, you're touching the ending of a dream and the beginning of what is in store. Beauty is mortal. Unselfishness is the story of beauty wanted. When our resources are limited and Nile contributed, it's the bloom of our hearts flourishing from life unwasted, adding nothing. We already have all that is needed. I found a tear at the edge of life while painting my canvas. Pictured was nature's external paradise in my internal nirvana. Very nice. Very nice. Yes, it's very nice. Okay. All right. Well, Eddie says it's kind of hard to see and it's kind of blurred. Well, like I said, this is the first time that I've did this, and so I'm just, I have to try to experiment a little bit. Now, I fixed this page here, and it has all this information on it. So everyone will be able to go to this page. You're very welcome, Joanna. Everyone will be able to go to this page, and it will be all laid out, and you'll be able to read the interviews, and you'll be able to read the poetry on your own. So I hope that, yes, Bobby, those are very deep poems, very deep. They are. It says they're very, very touching. So, like I said, you'll be able to go to the page here. It'll be on Facebook. I haven't published it yet, but it will be published after the video. And you will be able to, actually look at it and read the poetry. So if this is not working, next time I'll try something else. But you got to start somewhere. So here's another one by Joanna, and it's called Up on the Bridge, Moonlight Shines on Clear Water. Poetress, cloying face ripples in the wake. Paper boats floating on the glassy surface. Flashing fireflies, stars of breathing light, brighten the darkened skies. Born is the silvery evening, rousing the route for a new day. Synced in heaven, earth, our sins and sorrow. Hope, seeding the need of plants' life. Miracle for human beings, mastered by sheer fear of the unknown. Life stage barreling through time, harboring our songs from the wings of our hearts, a familiar chime. Love forgives, then forgets, leaving alone and unrenewed. Unfelt is our whole worthiness. We are the captains of a sea of risk, rejection, and regrets. Surviving a challenged life unchartered. Very nice. Joanna asked if she can resend this. Yes, you can resend this, and I can change it up on the page. Of course, I can't do anything with it at the moment. But yes, you can resend it, and I will take what you want taken out of it, and then I can add what you want to revise. Yes, I can do that. Let's see. All right. Now, Devish, I'm not sure what happened to his poetry, but I was unable to find it. So I do have his interview questions, but I could not find his poetry. So I sent him a message to let him know, and he submitted some poems for the magazine, and I'm thinking he may have kind of got it mixed up, and maybe he didn't realize that I also needed some poems for this stream. I'm not sure, but we will read his. You're welcome, Joanna. We'll read his interview. So he also goes by DC, and he is from India. A very nice person. So poetry is a great companion for me, he says. At the time of deeply distressed, it never left the company. When my feelings twisted like a smoke within me, the words flows from my mouth. Then I felt calm. So in a nutshell, I share my feelings in the form of poetry as a companion of my own. Very nice. So he says his favorite poet is W. Wordsworth, whose poetry touched my innermost soul and mind, he says. So then he goes on to say that I love to write a romantic poetry. So he says if he could only write one type of poetry for the rest of his life, he would write romantic poetry. And then he says, because love is the only thing to spread happiness among the humanity. It's change the hatred into brotherhood, sisterhood, and people live together without any fight or terror. Very nice. It would be wonderful if everyone could do that and get along better, and we'd have a much better world. And then he goes on to thank me, and he says, I thank you so much from the deepest core of my heart, and you're very welcome. And I appreciate all those. Thank yous. So our last our poet for tonight is I don't know if y'all can see pictures, and so we have author Gary Lawrence Ingram. Now here is Gary's interview questions. So he says, well, it's strange. 2.5 years ago, I found the Lord and was baptized in the Spirit. 2 days later, I began writing words I'd never felt before to encourage others. Then it turned into love and all the pain I ever known, and back again. I've not stopped even one day since. I can't explain it. Wow, that's very, very interesting. I kind of know. I can relate to that. So his favorite poet and why? Theodore Seuss, Jizzle, better known as Dr. Seuss. And he says, simply because out of most writers and poets, he focused on children and their imaginations. It must be a wonderful thing to create worlds and places for children to dream, as today this world's such a dark time. And a lot of family lives just aren't what they once were. Indeed, he was ahead of his time. And he goes on to say, God bless him. And then Gary goes on to say that he says, my grandfather was chief of all Cherokee nations. He led the trail of tears, and I'm the last of his bloodline. I enjoy writing on many topics, yet tribal spiritual is my very favorite of all, because I love bringing the forgotten past alive, as well as spirit of the world in the old nations. Okay, I just lost my place. Sorry, I lost my place here. A favorite. Okay, all because I love bringing the forgotten past as well as the spirit of the world in the old ways of imaginations. No, I don't worship idols in the great one of the great Father to me is God. He created all there is in the world, and people give little notice of how beautiful a simple tree or a flower or a slow flowing stream really is. That which we made for you and me, and which was made for you and me to enjoy. Yes, I'd write about it all so everyone would quit taking life for granted. And he says, bless you, young lady. That's very nice, very touching. So then we have one of Gary's poems. And it is the last Christmas, two souls died to combine. What was once a love, the whole world would soon remember. Two hearts on opposite sides of the ocean, each beating so loudly the other could hear it. Yet in the storms of times and events, each doubting, each loving so hard, but hand to hand, never come. As silence became the wall between the two, a sound all others could hear, but the two. As tears once flowed, drowning dreams until no longer seen, in pain become the hidden death to the two hearts, beating so loudly they become tired from fighting the pouring rains. This some way was the worst of the two in such love. The last Christmas and no snow white doves. Very nice. Very intense. Very intense. And then here's his poem, Higher and Higher. Higher and higher, laid before me were many steps, but I could not see the top. I climbed one step at a time, higher and higher, but where do they go? Heaven, I hope. This long, hard road's been so tough. Maybe at the end, the angels in heaven will lay out a welcome mat for me. Oh, ready I am, and surely I go. Looking back, my only regret is the angel I leave behind. I never met. Oh, ready I am, and surely I go. Looking back, my only regret is the angel I leave behind. I never met. Oh, my weary, but least I'm no longer lost. This path is narrow, but I know where it goes. God, if you're watching me, you know I'm coming. Yes, sir. I'm hurrying, but it's a long road. Way too long to walk. Send me someone and gentle to care for my dog and my angel wherever she be. It's funny, I'm no longer tired and I'm not sleepy. I like that he puts his dog in there and wants his dog taken care of. As y'all know, I love dogs. And the last poem that I'll be reading, except for one of my own, if I can get to it, is Love Me to Sleep. Sleep comes not on swift wings anymore. As your love once my pillow, I lay my head upon. But my pillow is gone. No more rest for the wicked, some say. But what is for those that love everyone? Pain and unrest, to fear for those that are cold. To see children crying on the streets because what they had to eat just wasn't enough. Who am I? I just am. As world keeps turning and my days get harder, night has become my enemy. As loved ones lay dying and sick, my prayers circle the world. I think I'm getting dizzy. How does God do it? He loves you in your sleep as he wraps his loving arms around you. But I can't sleep. Has he forgotten? Or have I become an angel without rest? In the phantom of busy minds, one often wonders, who am I supposed to be? And how do I become a doer, a giver, not a taker? All the love in the world can never dig up the treasure I seek. As your love was my pillow that once put me to sleep. Very, very nice. Very deep. Those are very deep words. Very deep. Very nice. I want to thank you all for allowing me to read your poetry. And I hope everyone's enjoyed it. Like I said, all of the poems, the interviews will be posted so that anyone that would like can go to the page and read everything. And please leave comments. You can leave, there's Peanut. You can leave a comment, just say hello. If you would like to comment on a poem or all the poems, just whatever you would like to do. Just it would be very nice if you would leave some comments. So now I'm going to try to change the page and go to my poem. I had put together a poll with a few of my poems, and then I asked my friends and family through Facebook to vote or to select a poem or more poems. So I'm going to attempt to go to the page where that's at, if I can get to it. Let me see. Okay. Let me get out of this. Okay. And let me just say that if anyone sends me any messages through Facebook now, I'm not getting them because I'm live on air. So I can't answer any messages right now. So sorry about that, but I can see your message if it pops up, but I can't answer it right now. All right, let's see here. I need to get to another page. If I can get off of this message. All right, let me just go to another screen. I'm not sure who that message was from, but they may not want it to be read by everybody. Okay. Let's see here. I need to get to my page, so y'all just please bear with me. I find a screen. Okay. All right, I'm looking for my Facebook page. I thought I had it where I could pull it right up. That's not it. All right, I'm looking for my Facebook page. Not it. Okay, maybe I can get to it here. Okay, I think I can get to it here. So now I need to go to, I'm trying to get to my poetry page. So here it is. And I should be able to go and bring up this poem that was voted. And I will read it when I get to it. If I can find it. There it is. All right, there's the poem that I'm going to read. So it would, you know, y'all have to really, maybe, you know, on the, when you all check out the poems, maybe in the comments section, you can let me know how this, you know, what was going on when you were watching, and if you got any ideas how I could, you know, adjust things. That would be most appreciated. So this is the poem that was voted for, or mostly selected in my poetry poll. So as you can see, I have it titled "Time Gained Within Confusion." So I don't know, it was maybe a 2 or 3 week period. I had these poems coming to me, but it had to do with time. And I'm like, all these, you know, 3 different poems just coming really quickly, one after the other, and I'm like, it's all got to do with time. I wasn't for sure what that meant, but I went ahead and wrote it down. So, time gained within confusion. Actually, Clint, I asked him to write a little bit of his own, and he did. So I think this was written over a year ago. I think I wrote most of it, but he first said he didn't know if he would be able to. So I told him just to try, and he gave me a couple of drafts, and I sent them back. I told him he's going to have to do better than that. He's going to have to add some stuff to it and make it better, and he did each time until I was pleased with it. So I've got on here, one of the other poems, as you can see, that it was A Time Without Purpose, and they kind of go together, or like, so I'm telling a story with these. I think there's three different poems. One of them is in the midst of a situation. It's what's going on, and then the second one is after, we'll say like a storm. There was a storm going on, a storm brewing in the first poem, and there was a storm going on. You just didn't know how bad the storm was going to be, or if it was going to blow over. So then the second poem, Time Gained Within Confusion, was sort of like, well, I'm using the storm as a metaphor, but then it was the storm settled down, and you know, the sun was starting to come out. It wasn't all the way out. Then the sky was getting blue, but there was still some gray there. But you knew that it would soon be settled in sunny skies and sun would be beaming and all the skies would be pretty blue. So anyway, that's how I interpreted what I wrote. And I hope that you all can kind of understand what I was saying there. All right, so let's see here. So I had this picture of Clint and I thought it kind of, since I thought it kind of suited the occasion, so I put it up there, and I've left it. It's been there for over a year, so I just left it. So I've got time gained within confusion, and I'm trying. This kind of goes way over, so I hope that I can read it. So it says, the hands on the clock no longer running backwards, as if they were running from time. Time itself now shifted due to unspoken words. Too much time passed, as said from long ago. Time stands still for no man. Not even in the midst of total confusion. Innocent words, misguided or not, planned, thought up, brought up, or made up, become weapons, meant or meant not. The hands on the clock, previously running together as one, now running from each other, one to the left, the other to the right, as if they were a pendulum in a grandfather clock. Words masked in laughter, joking while along pressed for time, now running in opposite directions, one striking noon, the other stopping at midnight. One hand more determined than ever come too far, to totally lose all of sight. What does this mean? Is things truly as I see? I'm watching, waiting, asking myself, do I really see? Now in present time? Or am I shifting to my past, recalling what was as is? The hands on the clock, not so long ago together, striking noon and midnight, as if one were lost without the other, never to be torn apart. The hands on the clock, no longer running backwards. The hands on the clock, now separated by confusion from within, as if they were children going to their first kindergarten class. I ask myself once more, what does this mean? Is things truly as I see? I am watching, waiting, asking myself, do I really see now in present time? Or am I shifting to my past, recalling what was as is? After all, confusion has been put to rest. The test of time has never served and passed at one's best. The hands on the clock, slowing, settling down. The state of confusion, not as was. One hand awaits for the other. Soon fate will win, disguised as time, dressed in full masquerade, to reveal all in good time, leading to point, as a compass points east, when you point it in the direction of a sunrise once again. So that was my poem. So now I'm going to switch. Oh, and I just put I come across these cool videos, so I put them down there. Wanda Jackson was known as the queen of rockabilly, and I am a big fan of rockabilly. And then Jack White, of course, is one of the greatest guitarists, musicians that we've ever known. So anyway, I put those down there for fun. And I'm back. So anyway, I hope you all like that. And like I said, this is the first time that I've read other people's poetry. And so I hope that, that everyone that um, submitted their poetry for me to read was okay with with how I did it. Um, I need my lighting and sound person over here because I can tell my head is cut off. So I need some adjustment.
Yeah, you need adjustment, right?
Clint says, "Yeah, I need adjustment. All right, my head's cut off." Okay, a little bit more. Okay, that's good. Maybe a little bit more. Your head's gonna be cut off. Live. I started to say live TV, but live stream. You never know what's gonna happen. All right, I think that's good. All right, so let's see. I've got the announcement done. April says hi, Clint. Everyone's. He said hello, and he'll be here soon. April says she likes it when we work together, that we complement each other. Thank you, April. I lost train of thought. Okay, so I have some gifts for April, Joanna, Gary, and DC. I have some gifts for you. So what I came up with, since it's for poetry, for writing, I have some charms. And one of them is a typewriter, and it actually looks like it has a piece of paper that you're typing. And the other one says, "You're just my type." So here's your thank you for allowing me to read your poetry and for participating in my interview, and as a thank you. So I have that for you. This is for April and Joanna. Let's see. Joanna says she has lost the stream and she doesn't know how to find it. Okay. Well, Joanna, if you hear me, go to my page. Go to my personal page and scroll down and you'll find it there. I'm not sure other than that how to find it. So you can try going to my personal Facebook page and it's on there. So I also have for Gary and DC, I have something for their keychain. So I have these little cool keys that they can put on their keychain. And since they don't have a key as far as, so they will also receive one of these keys. So, and I do have one more thing, something that I just got in the mail today, and I was hoping that it would make it for tonight. And something that I designed. And these will only go to for the participants in this type of broadcast. I'm going to start doing this, the Naked Poet, the middle of each month. And these gifts will only go to the participants in the Naked Poet. And I'll have to say that once you are chosen, and that it will be like the third month before you can submit. That way to give more people a chance to submit their stuff and for me to read it. Now, what I have for you all as well, and I designed this myself. You can see it. You see that? So it is a book bag, or a bag. You can do whatever you want to with it. So it has, as you can see, it has "Thank you for your fanship." Thank you for your fanship. And then here, I'm going to sign it. So I will actually, I'll have one of those pens that you can write on material with. And then I'll sign it and date it for you guys. So I hope y'all like that. And like I said, these will be just for the participants in the Naked Poet. So I hope everybody likes that. Good lighting, well, good. I wish I could. I don't know how to tell Joanna to get back to the stream.
It's frozen here too.
Okay, Clint says it's frozen. Let me see if I can do something here. Let me see. All right, let me tell her to go to my. Let's see. Personal page. Okay, I'm trying to help her find the stream, and I told her to go to my personal page. I hope that works. Okay, so now I am going to. Okay, let's see. Yeah, live is live. You never know. But it's gotten much better. You know how Facebook has those memories? They bring up stuff that you've totally forgotten about, and sometimes wish that they wish that it would have stayed that way. So a couple of days ago, this memory that Facebook puts out popped up, and it was one of my old videos that was, I don't know, probably a year and a half ago. It's right when I first started doing this, and it was way before Facebook Live. It wasn't even available. So I was doing it through YouTube. I had just learned about encoders, and I didn't know anything about an encoder. I'd never even heard of an encoder, but I did look into it, and I managed to get it set up on my computer all myself. And but yet I didn't know, the ins and outs of it. I didn't know how to, I guess you'd say, program it. I didn't even know. I mean, for the longest time, I had a little screen like this, a little box. I didn't even realize that you could make it big. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know. But the one that they brought up was one of the videos that Clint and I did, and we had a lot of fun doing that video. It was questions and answers, where he just asked me random questions, and I just totally answered them, and as honest as I could, and we had a lot of fun with that video. And so I posted, I think, a couple times a few days ago. Thought somebody might be interested in watching it. It's actually funny. It's actually a good comedy. It's funny. So I think we're going to maybe do like a questions and answer session. I don't know, maybe in the next couple of months or so, and just have fun with it and just be silly. I'm also going to do a live stream on the games, on the scavenger hunt games. I'm just about finished with the album catalog that I'm working on that has the gifts that can be exchanged for the scavenger hunt points. So I'll have the gifts, each gift, and then next to it will be how many scavenger hunt points you'll need to exchange for the free gift. And it will be like the other gifts, as far as the shipping and handling will be taken care of by us, as long as it's excessive. As of now, I'm sending to other countries because it doesn't cost that much. But if I get someone that it's going to cost, more than what it's worth sending, I'll try to work something out with them. So I'm working on that, and I'm working on adding some new stuff. So I added a new game, and it's called Strike a Pose, and it's my take on movie trivia. And you can find it on my poetry page, the Gilded Cage Poetry by Teresa. All right, let's see. Joanna says she cannot find. Okay, she's having trouble. She still can't find me. Oh, let's see if I try to tell her something one more time. To look on my personal page. That's all I know to do. Personal page. I'm sorry, but I don't really know what else to do. Or maybe I can share it. I didn't know I could share this. I'll share it and maybe she can find it. Okay. I didn't even realize I could do that. All right, let's see. Anyway, maybe she'll be able to see it. All right, so we're going to play some games. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a live stream just on the games, so that everybody and kind of do a step-by-step on the game, so everyone will get a first-hand idea of what to do and how it's being played. I hope that okay, maybe everybody will be able to find this now. I didn't even realize that I could go to my personal page and share the video. I had no idea. So I will share it a few more times that more people can find it. All right, good, she found it. All right, wonderful. All right, so I think we are ready to move on. And one more thing, I am designing some T-shirts. I had designed some months ago, but they are for the Forgotten Diaries series. So I'm having some made for my poetry, for the Gilded Cage Poetry by Teresa. So I also designed a T-shirt that with each of the person that signs up, or not signs up, but adds themselves to the next event, to the Naked Poet events, will every 3 months I have a drawing, and each person that has posted a poem, I'm going to put y'all's names in a drawing, and you will win a T-shirt. So, but you got to wear it and take a picture and post it. That's what you got to do. And also, I would appreciate it if you all, Joanna and April and Gary and DC would take a picture of y'all's gifts and post it for me so I can add it to my fanship photo album. I would be very appreciative. And while I am on that subject, I have created a page. I sent out a post around the 8th, 9th, or something like that in November. It was before the Thanksgiving trivia. And I posted it several times, and it just kept getting overlooked because no one responded to it. But what I was saying is that for previous winners, if you have been gifted or won a prize in one of the games or through the newsfeed, that I had like 4 or 5 little tasks for you to do. It was like one of my pages. And most of y'all probably already have. Write a page review. I don't know, a couple more things. Leave a comment about the stream. It was just a few little simple things, but no, I guess nobody saw it. So what I did is I made a page, on my Facebook. It's in the notes section, and I will post that. And so I'm hoping that it will be, easier to find because it will be in one place. And I'm asking y'all to do that. Anyone that has previously received a fanship gift from me, and before that I can send out other gifts, that will need to be completed. So, we do take care of all, the shipping and handling, and it is a promotional for the magazine. So, 3 or 4 little tasks, I think I'm very, very generous with what we're doing here. I do still have some of the gifts that we had for the Thanksgiving trivia. I still have, let's see, I have one. I know that one, I'm not going to call out the names, but here's 1, 2, 3, 4. I still have 4 envelopes that have gifts in them. And if you haven't received your Thanksgiving gift from the Thanksgiving trivia, send me a message and I can send you the link to the page that you will need to take a look at if you still want your gifts. So let's see. I think that's it. So I guess if my co-host wants to join us now, we'll get I with some trivia. I have some prizes, some gifts, some new stuff, and I will be getting in, like I said, a bunch of new promo gifts. I do have some of the older goodies too, and let's see. I did have one more thing for any first-time viewers. I had a little gift pack that I was giving first-time viewers. So let's see. For first-time viewers, since it would be your first time, you haven't received anything from me. So I made up this little gift pack. So some of y'all already have all of this stuff. And so this would be for first-time viewers. First-time viewers during the stream. So you would receive one of these little gift packs. But the task applies to everyone that has previously been gifted and received something from me. All right, then. I guess we're ready to get on with it. Eddie said that since my symbol is the key, he thinks we need to use National Treasure movies. Well, that's that's a good idea, Eddie. I think that would be good when for my treasure hunt. I have after I'm done with the scavenger hunt. When it's done, it will lead to buried treasure. And so the National Treasure movies, that would be good to use too. I'll keep that in mind. So along with the prizes and the gifts, I'm also going to give scavenger hunt points. And I asked you all to, please keep up with your own points. I'll also keep up with them, but it will make it a lot easier on me if you keep up with your scavenger hunt points also, because I may overlook some of them. I mean, I'm going to be starting on the magazine soon, and I'm going to be really, really busy. So please just keep up with your scavenger hunt points. All right. Let's see what we got. All right, co-host.
Are we doing trivia now?
We're going to do trivia.
You're not doing your interview?
Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be interviewed.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Oh, God. All right, I'm going to have to get me a drink. Oh, could you maybe just bring me a small glass of water? I forgot about my interview. I did. I was trying to get out of it, I guess. Subconsciously trying to get out of it. So Clint is going to ask me the same questions that I asked. Somewhat of the same questions. that I asked April, Joanna, Gary, and DC. So he's going to ask me. It may be a variation of the questions. Hi, Jason. Glad to see you. Let's see. What else is going on? Hi, Marcia.
Oh, yeah, new people. They're just waiting for your interview, huh?
All right, let me get a drink here. All that poetry reading. All right, let's not knock that over. All right, we don't have to.
We gotta get situated here.
Re-situate here.
I'm not even a picture.
I know. Well, let's wait. Let's get situated. See if we can get situated. All right, we're going to have to probably adjust. Wait a minute. Wait, I know what to do. Does it need to go back?
Yeah.
So now, we almost need a third person
Actually, no.
to adjust. It's if your hands are not long enough, you can't sit down and reach the stuff that we need to reach.
Actually, like a mess.
So, all right. Let's see what we're doing here. Now I'm almost out of the picture. So we're trying to adjust for 2 people now. That might be good. That looks pretty good. Looks really good. If you can get in there. So we were trying to make adjustments for 2 people. I think, all right. Very good.
That's not bad.
That's good. All right then.
Hey everyone, how's it going? From lovely Vicksburg, where it's like
Yeah.
70 degrees right now.
I know.
I know you're all freezing up there.
Yeah. All right then. Let's see what he's got for me.
Think she's ready?
I like to ask questions.
Yeah, I know. This is new.
I like to ask questions.
All right. How old were you when you wrote your first poem?
Oh gosh, I don't think I remember how old I was. I don't know. I don't know what age I was.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
What, to stump people?
Yeah, no, to get people to answer questions.
Well, I'm asking. I don't know.
So what was it about? You remember that
I
either?
don't know. I don't know. The poem that I remember was kind of pretty much like my poetry is now. It was very thought-provoking. It was a very deep poem, and actually, it was years ago, and I had already started using the skeleton key as a metaphor in a cage. I didn't have the name. I didn't have the Gilded Cage Poetry by Teresa. It wasn't even an inkling in my mind. That came many years later, but subconsciously, maybe I knew that my subconscious knew it. So I don't. It was just about moving forward. And I remember I read it to my mom, and I said something to her like, I don't remember exactly what I said. Yeah, Mom, I may, this poem, or I may start to write poetry. And here I am. That was years ago. I don't know. It was probably at least 10, 15 years ago. That's what I'm thinking about. Now, I'm sure there was something before that, but I don't remember what
So in other words, you never had any interest of it when you were younger or anything like that in high school or
No, I don't remember if I did.
when you had poetry classes or English classes.
No, I don't think we wrote poetry. I didn't write poetry. What my poetry has come through very, very developed, or I should say I've developed, and I learned through situations, situations that were not that good situations. And so through all of these situations and experiences that I've had, it developed my poetry. I started, when I read Gary's poem about how he had been saved and had been baptized, and then all of this stuff he started thinking about, and he started writing about that he never thought of before, never thought of, it never come to him. That's how it's been with me. Once I went through a really, really dark period of my time, of my life, and I was stuck there for a long time. And through prayer, I worked myself out of it, and I started writing poetry. So it was through hardship that it opened, it kind of released my soul. It opened my heart, and I saw things in a different light. Things come to me that I'd never thought of before. I started seeing things differently. I started seeing people differently, and I'm a much better person than I was 10 years ago. So, if that.
So what possesses you to write poems now?
Well, it kind of goes back to kind of what I've just said. I feel that my pain that I've experienced and my sorrow and loss that I've experienced was so, it was like, I don't know, how do I put this? It was like, it was a lesson. It was a lesson. And I was able to see that from the beginning. And I accepted that. I've always been one that I take responsibility for myself. I take responsibility for my own actions. And I try, not to mislead people. I try to my best to tell the truth and to treat others with love and respect, even when they're not being so nice to me. And I can't say that I've always done that, but that's how I presently live my life. So it was kind of, again, it was something that happened from within. It's not like I just decided, well, I'm going to write a poem. It started with inside me. It was an emotional, I guess, wheel that started spinning and spinning, and it got like, faster and faster and faster until there was thoughts, and I put those thoughts down on paper, and poetry come out. So it's like a spinning wheel, and then you got pops the poem. I don't know.
So on that note, how long does it take for you to write a poem?
Sometimes, 30 minutes. I've written, some really interesting, deep, thoughtful, at least one poem, maybe, one or two that was really, within 30 minutes.
So it just kind of just flows?
When it flows, it flows. And other times, an hour. But sometimes it takes longer than that. Sometimes Sometimes I think that I start writing, I've already got this thought process going, and I've got enough in my mind that I have to write it down. So if I've got enough in my mind that it's going to, I feel that it's going to, even if I didn't go any further with it, it's going to be enough. So I'll write that down before I forget it. And then I'll start adding to that. And I'll add to it just, it may be all that same day, it may be a day or two. But usually when I start that, it's within a day or 2 days that I'm finished. Sometimes I write the end of a poem. Or sometimes I'll write the middle. And I don't even know how to start it. I'll just start writing, and I'm like, okay, well, that sounds like the middle, or that's the end of it. So then I'll write what I need to, and it usually all goes together. And then sometimes I immediately have a title. I like my titles. I come up with some just really, I don't know, maybe odd titles, but it suits, I think it suits my poetry.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't always write in order. Sometimes I write the end of it first. Sometimes it's the middle. Sometimes I start with the beginning of it.
So do you handwrite it or cursive or?
Well, I can write in cursive, and I actually, I actually have a better handwriting in cursive, and I do have that old type. I like a lot of waves and circles and in my writing when I write. But it's hard to it's not an everyday writing because it's kind of sometimes hard to read because I really get in that flow. But I write it, I print it on paper. And like I was saying, sometimes I'll write a few sentences and I'm not sure where it's going to go yet. But I write it down and then I put it in order. So I write it on paper first. And then I either put it in a PDF. Sometimes I'll be going through my computer, going through a website, and I'll come across something, and I'm like, wow, that sounds pretty good. And I'm like, oh my God, I wrote that. I've forgotten all about it. And I've done that a few times. That I'll look through my stuff that I have on Facebook, or I'll find something in a notebook, and I'll read it. I'm like, I don't even really remember writing that. I'm like, but I know I did. It's my handwriting. I know I wrote it, but at the moment I don't remember writing it. And then a little bit later on, I start remembering that I did. But I've said this before, kind of go into a trance at times when I start writing poetry. And a lot of times when I write it, I put it away. Or I write it and I put it on one of the notes on Facebook. I try to put my stuff on several websites so that if something happens to one, I will not lose all my stuff. Sometimes I just post stuff and I have it private so that I'm the only one that can see it in case something happens to my computer. I've had, computers go out. I don't know how many phones I've had. So I try to keep it, different areas so that I can always have it.
So how would you describe your poetry?
Insightful. I put to me, it has well, of course, it has a lot of meaning. Each poem does. I don't I don't know if I've ever written like a rhyming poem. I don't think I have any rhyme. I mean, I have a few words or something that rhymes, but mainly it's considered pretty deep poetry. And I know I some of it may kind of seem a little out there or over some people's head, but to me it makes perfect sense. And I'm sure that everyone has, excuse me, has a poem or two like that. It makes a lot of sense to them. It's very, they put their heart and soul in it, and it's very important to them. But maybe there would be only a few people that would actually get something from that poem. So I believe that if it's important enough for you to write it down and put a title on it, then it's important enough, for other people to read.
Do you want to answer a few questions?
Sure.
A few comments?
Sure. Well, you can just read it off, why don't you? So
April said 15 or 16 for her. Is that when your first poem was?
What?
Bobby was 9.
Oh, wow. That was young, Bobby.
Eddie was 49.
Oh, wow.
He's 50
That's
now.
great.
Big 5-0. Huh? Was about grief.
I know. I read your submission, Eddie, and I was very touched. Very touched. And you will be hearing from us.
And April wrote a love poem for a crush.
Oh, how sweet. That's
and
sweet.
and she continues and sent him a rose for Valentine's Day with the poem.
Oh, very nice.
He never found out who it was, and I didn't save it.
Aw.
It was probably really gushy and embarrassing. Joseph K., you lucky devil, you. He just got called.
Oh, Joseph K.
Yeah.
If you're watching, you missed out. You missed out.
Curtis is having a bad day, pain day, plus I have a stomach ache.
Oh, Curtis, sorry to hear that.
So Jason woke him up so they could
We all know that if you all have read any of the poems and stories in the 2016 Poetry Magazine, Curtis had several of his pieces in there, and he is very interesting.
Very good writer.
Very good writer, and extremely, extremely smart.
And Gary's with us.
Hi, Gary. How are you?
And Bobby says, you are beautiful inside and out. She is very thankful and blessed by your friendship.
Well, thank you very much, Bobby. That's very, very kind and thoughtful of you to say that, and I really do wholeheartedly thank you and appreciate that.
And Gary said he needs a notebook, LOL, because I shoot from the hip. My heart overfloweth.
Oh wow! Well, you need to get you a stack of notebooks. You know, I have notebooks scattered around, and I start to look for one because I want to write something down. Of course, you can never find it, so I'll just, if I find a piece of paper, sometimes I write on envelopes. I'll get a piece of mail and start writing on the back of it. You know, I've even written on receipts.
As a journalist, I've written on my hand.
Oh,
2
really?
times, yeah. No notebook.
You gotta have paper or
Yeah.
something to write on. Write on your hand, your arm,
Yep.
start writing on your arm. All right.
So I don't know if it updates or not. If it automatically updates? Okay, so where were we at? Oh, okay. So how do you feel after your poem is written?
Oh gosh, how do I feel after my poem is written? That's good. That's a good question. I don't know. I feel that I've written something helpful to people. I'm curious to find out if anyone gets anything out of it. I'm asking. I always ask, a person, what is your take on this poem? What is it? How do you feel after you read the poem? So after I write a poem, I start thinking, wondering if anyone will be able to understand it the way I did. The reason that I wrote it. And I know no one's going to understand it completely because it's out of my head. It's from my experiences. But I wonder if there's anyone that would be able to relate to it the way I intended it. It doesn't need to be exactly, and that's not what I mean. But if anyone would kind of get out of it what I put into it and kind of understand it from my point of view.
Okay. All right, we got some more comments here. April said, the reader's experience dictates what they get out of the poem, pretty much, it seems.
Yes. Yes. Poetry is subjective, and if I can remember how I come up with this to explain it. The reader reads my poem, and the reader, how did I have this? I had it in a really, really interesting. The reader reads the poem, and then the reader reflects the meaning of the poem. So the reader whatever is going on with inside that person, the experiences that they've experienced, the frame of mind that they are in at the time they read the poem. The poem becomes a reflection of the way they feel and who they are.
Might trigger something.
It may trigger something in them. It may be good. It may be bad. It may be nothing. So I like to think that people get, I can't say that they pleasure, but they learn something. I hope that people will be able to open their mind from reading my poetry to possibly think of something or think in a way that they haven't before. Maybe it jogs something in them or triggers something in them so that they can look at life in a different perspective, that they can look around them and see things in a different perspective, and that it will help them move forward in their life and possibly help them, become a better person. So that's what I think of after I write a poem.
That's a good answer. Eddie says if we want, he'll submit one of his first grief poems.
Well, this it's inspiration. So yes, Eddie, you're free to please, by all means, submit whatever you like.
And Curtis said he just wanted to let us know that he's watching.
Good, Curtis. I'm glad that you were able to catch us, and I hope that you feel better real soon.
And he's written some songs, poems, and stories, but he started writing poetry heavily after the death of his cousin.
Oh, wow.
Paul.
Wow. Yeah, that's, that happens when a person, has some tragic, and there's, or something happen in their life that really moves them, really jars them. Mm-hmm. And it changes who they are. And from a child, it actually changes your DNA. And so the way I word it is you're actually, I talk about a shift, and I have that in some of my poetry, that, you start out, say, at 12 o'clock, and you are fully connected to your pure energy source. And then something happens, something tragic. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be that tragic to that person. It could be, they feel that it's tragic. And then you start to shift. And you get away from your pure energy source, and you you make a click. And then each time that something happens in your life, you make another click, another click, another click, another click, another click. And you get further and further and further from your pure energy source right here. And the further you get away from that, the harder it is on you, the more difficulty you have, because you're no longer your true self. Have you ever heard people say, there's something missing in my life, I just don't know what it is? Mm-hmm. Many people feel that way, and they think like that. They just don't know what it is. They can't put their finger on it. And I believe that that's what it is. They're away from their pure energy source, and they don't feel connected with their self. So what can you do? Well, I can tell you what I've done. You start to rebuild. You start to face your own self. You start changing the way you behave. You start changing the way you relate to people. You start giving more instead of taking. You start thinking about humanity. You start thinking about the earth. You take care of animals. You take care of the elderly. You do for other people. And the more good that you do, the better you feel. And you start clicking back toward your full energy source. Now, I don't think that you ever get back here, but you can get really close. And the closer you get, the better you are, the more happier you are. Your life will be easier. Your life will go smoother. You're just, everything around you and everything that you experience is better. So that's just my take on it. I know, that other people experience things. They have their way of explaining things. That's how I explain it. So.
All right. Bobby said her first poem was about summertime. It was a contest in a teen magazine, and she won $500.
Oh my gosh, that's
That's pretty
wow,
cool.
that's great. That's great. Wow.
And Curtis thank you so much for your kindness.
No, well, Curtis, thank you so much.
And Joanna, it is a feeling. You will know it when you feel it. It punches you in the gut and don't leave you alone.
Well, that's a big impact. You know, everyone experiences in their own way. So that's a big awakening, Joanna. That's a big awakening.
All right, I think we're caught up.
Are we caught
Trying to
up
get this
now?
thing caught up.
So we're trying to get caught up on the.
Okay, so what is your favorite poem and why is it?
Oh, wow. Favorite poem. I don't know. My favorite poem. I have one. My shortest poem. I don't know. I don't even know where it's at right now. I know I have it. I think I have it posted on my main website. I'll have to read it for y'all. So I'll just kind of give y'all like an overview of what it's about. So it's about kind of being in the public eye and being on the top of your game, so to speak. And it's about doing what everybody around you is wanting you to do. And you are giving and giving and giving, and they are taking and taking and taking. And you give and give and give and give, and you just keep giving. And as long as you're doing what they want, as long as you're staying in their little compartment, and you are doing exactly what they think you should do, they're okay. And they praise you for that. They think you're the greatest thing in the world. But as soon as you start doing for yourself a little bit, and you start moving out of their little, we'll call it a box, you step out of that box, and you no longer fit what they think you should be, or you no longer coincide with them. You stepped out of that box. Then they start seeing you in a whole different light. They don't think you're the greatest anymore. They don't want to be around you anymore because you no longer conform to what they think everyone should be. So I think, and actually I wrote the poem, and it talks about a poet and how a poet is praised by everyone. Of course, this is not verbatim. I'm just giving y'all an idea of what the poem is about. Everyone praises the poet. Everyone loves the poet. As a person, loves the poetry. They think it's the greatest. And the poet gives more of their self, more and more and more. And kind of raises his, it makes the mind, the thoughts, it changes the mind and the thoughts. Because they're trying to continue to fulfill what the poet thinks that the people need and what they want from him or her. So he starts, his thought process changes, the way he sees things changes, so they keep changing along with their own self. So they're no longer in this little box. They stepped out of it. And when they stepped out of that little box, everyone turns against them. And then instead of praising them, they think something's wrong with them. They think something's wrong with the poet because the poet is not doing what they think is right. The poetry is different. His words are different. His thought process is different. So they're no longer praising the poet. So that's just it in a nutshell. Of course, that's not the poem, but it will give you an idea of the poem. And I think that's my favorite. I'll read it next time. I don't,
And Curtis says, I agree about one's energy. I found that to be true for myself too in the past from a spiritual perspective.
yes.
And Joanna wants to know, can I have that quote?
Which one was that? Which quote was that, Joanna? Which quote? If you give me credit.
It's all online, whatever.
Yeah, you can use my quote, but you give me credit for it. I am curious of what quote she's
I don't know, I'm
referring
trying to get
to.
this updated. Let's see.
I did have some. I don't know the one
The
of
one
the,
you just said.
which one was it?
About the box?
About the box.
Of course.
Of course you can. But I had some what they call I forgot what it's called. They're not cards. They're not postcards, or they're not business cards. It was called brochures. So in there I had a quote, and I had quoted. It was my quote: "Learning to fly within one's cage." And that also is in my poetry, and it's learning to fly within your cage. And the meaning of that is, whatever situation you're in, you take step, even if it's the teeny tiniest step, to better that situation. Even if everyone around you is chaotic, they're doing things that you know they shouldn't be doing, and you are in the midst of all that. Find some way, if it's the teeny tiniest step, start it. You got to start somewhere. So to make things better for yourself, to learn things from what's going on around you. So that's what I'm saying is learning to fly within your own cage. Now that it is my original quote. So, and that's how I came up with the Gilded Cage portrait by Teresa, was feeling confined, constrained. So I came up with the cage. Yeah, it's a bird cage, and the gilded, of course, this is also in my poetry. The gilded cage, the metaphor is people they become so accustomed to their everyday life, and that they become almost like robots. They do the same thing, they think the same thing, they're around the same people, but yet they're not happy, and they don't know why they're not happy. So they become comfortable and accept what's going on. They accept their misery. So they are, in a sense, confined to their area. They're confined and in a cage. So that's how I came up with, of course, the cage is a metaphor. That's how I came up with the gilded cage. They live in their own pretty little world, but yet they're lost, they're hopeless, they're miserable, but they accept that. So I had these brochures printed, and the one of the gentleman that was working at the printing company, I don't know, he sounded like he may have been in his 30s or so. When I got on the phone with him, he said, I was reading your brochure, and he said, that quote, he said, I'd never heard that before. He said, is that your quote? And I said, yes, it is. He said, I absolutely love that. He said, that really touched me. He said, I had never thought of anything like that before, because I had a poem in it. I actually had the poem about the poet that I was talking about earlier. That meant so much to me. Here was a young guy. I didn't know who he was. He didn't know who I was. He had just read the brochure that he had printed. and he was
That's
very
really cool.
touched with that. So I was very pleased with that.
Bobby said, beautiful expression.
Thank you very much.
April said, it's frozen.
I don't know what to do. I don't know. You have to refresh it. Can you refresh it? Can you refresh the
I
thing?
don't know. Nobody's answering now. There's 6 people watching.
Well, 7. I don't know. I'm not sure what you have to do. We need to get on with the games though,
Trivia. Yep.
because we've only got like it's already 9:30. Okay, we're gonna try to figure out how to unfreeze the video
Yeah, 'cause
that is frozen. Mine's not frozen. I'm still
No.
you're still talking.
but I know, but nobody else has commented on what night.
Okay. Let's see. I'm doing some stars here. Let's see. Well, that's not frozen. Okay, I'm going to leave a message for y'all to see if it's frozen. Hey, everybody. What are y'all up to? Okay, there it is. So it must not be frozen if you're getting that message. You're not getting it, are you? Okay, it looks...
Hang on. I gotta
Okay, let's
read.
see. All right, did y'all get... All right, all good here. Bobby's good there. Okay. Roll call.
Yep.
Sound off. April says it's frozen. Okay, y'all, if y'all are on a PC, maybe try to refresh. Maybe try to refresh. Okay, Jason says all fine there.
About Curtis.
Curtis, are you on here? I think Eddie says he's back. All right, yeah. Let's see. There's April is frozen. Joanna, are you frozen or unfrozen? Let's see. So Eddie, are you good to go? Okay, April's good.
She's back.
April's back.
I'm back.
I don't know. I don't know if April, we are here. Okay, April's good.
April, Eddie.
Okay, Joanna. Okay, Joanna is.
Yupper.
All
Well,
right,
Eddie.
it's Eddie. So I don't know if she's on here or not. Okay, Joanna, if you can hear me, if it's frozen, you might try refreshing. Refreshing, maybe that might help.
It's all fine.
Okay, good.
There's Joanna.
Everybody's
Okay.
good. All right, so now we are going to play trivia. I don't even know what
Got 3 categories.
I don't even know
So
what
they need
he's come up with or anything else.
3 categories. Mardi Gras, Elvis, and some geography.
All right.
What do they want first?
Okay, so the Mardi Gras, what, is the second Tuesday of February? And it was Elvis's birthday this week. I think he would have turned 82.
Mm-hmm.
82. And what was the other one?
Geography.
Geography. That should be interesting.
So,
Okay, does anybody have a preference? Geography, Elvis, or Mardi Gras? Okay, she lost it again.
No, she's there.
Then
Joanna
she just
says
said-
I'm here now.
Yeah, but then she just posted said she lost it. It could be the video or the internet where you're at. You know, if your internet is not strong, sometimes you
Okay,
know
we got one.
it goes out. Okay,
April,
geography.
This is pretty simple. Where is the largest mall in the United States?
I know that one. Okay, you have to. Okay.
Oh, well, we got Mardi Gras.
Okay, well, you already started. You
Yep,
already asked the
I know.
question. Okay. All right, so April got in geography first. So the question is, where is the largest mall in America located? The largest mall. So you watch that. I want to see if
Eddie's got it right. Twin Cities.
Okay, Eddie got it right. Okay, you know when to mark down. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, so I don't know. Joanna, are you back?
So just the first one, right?
Huh?
Just the first one that gets it.
Okay, so write down 20 scavenger hunt points. And what did I have? Okay, so I gave everybody the. Okay, I know I had something for the guys. I had something for the guys here. If I can find it. Oh, let's see. All right, I had this really cool. I can find it. I had a couple things. Oh yeah, no, that's not it. Anyway, I can find that. I've got specifically for guys. I can't find it. Anyway, it's in here. Let me keep looking. Okay, yeah. All right, Eddie, I've got a gift here for you if I can find it. Let me get my treasure box here. Let me see. It's in here. All right, so these are for questions. And where the heck did it go? I thought I had everything in here. Well, I'm not finding it. Anyway, it was, what did I do with it? I have a, it is actually a key that looks like a pirate.
Arr.
A pirate. Arr, arr, matey. So anyway, Eddie will get the key that it's really cool. It looks like a dagger, and it's got a skull. It looks like a pirate.
Okay.
And it's kind of the, what is it, gunmetal color.
Okay.
Where the heck is it? Now I'm wondering what I did do with it. Anyway, it's in here somewhere. It may have fallen in the floor. All right, so another question.
Mardi Gras. These are
Mardi
going to be
Gras.
guesses unless they really know Mardi
All right,
Gras.
no, let's get on with it. We're running out of time.
There's 3 colors. What are the official colors?
Oh, that's a good one. The 3 official colors for Mardi Gras. 3 official colors. I think I actually know that one too.
Yeah, thanks to going to Hobby Lobby.
Do you know it?
Yeah. I'd say April has it. It's purple, gold, and green, and she's got purple, gold, green, and yellow. Close enough.
What is it?
Purple,
It's
gold, and green.
Joanna got it. And so April.
And April.
Okay, April and Joanna. Yay! What did I do? I don't know why. Okay, let's see. I've got charms. So this will be for those Joanna and April. Oh, I mean, and Bobby.
All 3 of them.
All 3 of y'all. So these little charms, it's got a lipstick, a ring, and a little charm says flawless, and then it says a little heart says I woke up like this. So each of you will receive one of these charms. Can you see that? So you can either wear them all together, or you can wear them individually. So if you would like one of the neck cords that I have in all the different colors, then I will be glad to send one of those with you. So do y'all like that?
So cute,
Well,
Bobby.
good. I'm glad you like it. So here's the lipstick. The lipstick. Isn't that cute? All right. So did you put down what they get?
4 charms.
Yeah, the
all 3 of them.
lipstick. Split lipstick. Yeah. Yes, all 3 of them.
All right, I'm gonna make command decision here. I'm gonna do Elvis.
Let's see. What did I do? Oh yeah, this. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Let me get these out of the way. Maybe I'll be able to find what I'm looking for. Oh, here's that stuff back here. Forgot about it. Back there. Okay, here is the. Here's the skeleton key. What was it, Eddie?
Yeah.
Here's the skeleton key that you'll get, Eddie. See how cool that is? It's got the skeleton on the top, and it's like a dagger, a crossbone.
Hold it up
Skull.
higher on the wall. There you go.
Oh yeah, there you go. Thanks.
Yeah.
See?
Yep.
Okay, so put down Eddie for the
Yeah, got it.
pirate. Arr.
All right, Elvis.
All right. So, okay. So there's that.
What rank did Elvis hold in the army?
Ooh, wow, that's a good one.
Everybody hear that?
Okay, so. All right, Alvis is watching.
Yep.
Hello, hello from
E3. No.
Morgantown. Let's see. Okay, so and I do have, like I said, the gift pack for first-time viewers. Okay, so I have no idea myself. Oh, did you, and write down 20 points for them too. Scavenger head point. Scavenger head.
That's what 20 points. Joanna got it. Sergeant.
Oh wow! All right, Sergeant. Okay. So
And Bobby.
And Bobby. Okay then. Okay, let's see. Well, I have some new keys.
Eddie says good job to those two.
Yeah, that's so I have like I said, I've got some new stuff, and this little key here is just absolutely adorable. Oh yeah, and so anyway, so this one here is what so who does it? Bobby
Joanna and
Joanne.
Bobby.
Okay, so you will also receive this. Oh, we hold it up to the
Right there. There you go.
let's see, you can see that. Anyway, it's really cute. And you know, like I said, I have the neck cords, and y'all just tell me what color you want, and if I have it, I will send that out too. All right, so we got time for maybe one more.
So did you put down how many points?
20, and then we
what
got.
Was it called? What kind of key?
It was It's got a little crystal. It's got a little crystal down here. Just put a crystal key.
Okay.
Okay. What else is it? And
one more and that's it?
Well, let's see.
Bobby knows a lot about Elvis.
Yeah.
It's actually
So
staff
put
sergeant.
down, let's see. What else we got? Okay. All right. So we were going to do, did you get those names and stuff?
They're all right there.
Okay, we were going to do drawing for the math quiz. I'm not sure if we're going to have time to do that. And for the roll call through the newsfeed. Okay, let's see. Okay. I'm glad you like those, Bobby. So what I posted that math quiz, and I got a lot of different answers. A lot of 1s, 7s, 2s. I believe that. So 4 is the correct answer. 4 is the correct answer from that math quiz.
My daughter learned that in what, 3rd grade?
I was going to have it written out for everybody so you could see step by step, but I had so much other stuff to do I didn't get around to it. So 4 is the correct answer on the math quiz. So since our video we've frozen up and this and that, I think that I will do those drawings, and I can either do them. Let's see, this is Wednesday. I could do them. I may just jump online through the day and do the drawings. Most everybody that did a lot of the people that did the quiz is usually online during the day. So I may just jump online and do the 2 drawings during the day. I think that's what I'll do. Joanna, can I write that answer out?
She said she can. She can write it out.
Oh, I can
Yeah.
write that answer out. What answer is that?
Math problem.
Oh, you can if you want to. You can write it out. Yeah, I asked if people not to write it out. Yeah, you can write it out step by step. Okay, so let's do maybe, oh, I don't know. What have we got? We've got, all right, let's do like 2 more.
Okay.
2 more trivia, and then we'll wrap things up.
All right, we'll go back to the Mardi Gras. What are required for float riders? What do they have to wear?
What is required for the float?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I have no idea on that one. No idea. Okay.
Beads? No, Eddie.
They're required to wear nothing? Nothing. That's what. Nothing but beads.
Joanna's got it.
What was it?
Mask.
A mask. Oh, wow. A mask. All right. So, all right. Okay. Well, what I have is one of these bracelets. And it will have a little charm on it. So that will put her down for a bracelet.
How many points?
20 now. 20.
Bobby said a smile.
All right. So let's see.
Anybody else out there?
Let me see here. So my friend there in Morgantown, Alvis, if you will send me your mailing address, I will send you guys some keys. I'll send I think 2 daughters, and if your wife would like one, I will send y'all one of my fanship keys, which if I can find one of them, which would be something like this. So it'd be like little, it's a skeleton key, but it's a butterfly. Then I have different color of these cords. So if you would like one for your family, just send me your mailing address and what colors y'all would like. And as a thank you for watching.
All right, we got the last one.
All right, I guess we'll do one last one.
This is Elvis, his favorite class in high school.
Oh, wow.
It's not what you think.
Elvis Presley. Favorite
Class
class
in high school.
in high school. That's an interesting one.
History.
Don't call them out. Is there a winner?
Yeah.
Well, there's one.
One so far. April.
All right, so April got it. What was it?
Wood shop.
Wood shop? That was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
April, how'd you know that?
I would have never have guessed that. I would have never have guessed that. Okay, so I have some more charms. So April's charms, if I can get it off of here.
20 points?
If I can get this off of here.
She guessed.
So April's charms,
April.
one of them says, "Pardon my French," and the other one says, "Ooh la la," and then there's a little pearl with a little bow, and then a little Eiffel Tower with a pink bow. Let's see. Get it there. So that will be April's. All right. All right.
She guessed on it.
You guess?
Yeah.
Wood shop?
Yeah, because we all had shop in high school back in the day.
But who would, I
We'd
don't
think
know
you'd
that.
have music or something.
That was all right then. Well, I would like, that's one of my dreams is to go to Paris. Although I have heard some not so good good things about it. I would like to go anyway, just like I say, I've been there. All right, see you, Bobby. So what I will do is I'm going to tag tag you guys in that post that I was talking about, so you can go to the page and read the information about receiving the gifts. Oh, April went there in the 90s. All right,
Wow.
That's great. So, like I said, it would just be, if some of y'all have already done this, it'd be like my poetry page, like the submissions page, leave a review, and then if you would, write a review in the comments about the live stream. That's about it. And then I will get y'all stuff out to you. So I will tag y'all in that note. So I guess, and then like I said, I'm going to just jump online in the next couple of days, and I'm going to do the drawing for the math quiz and then for the roll call. Plus, we might do a little bit, maybe 2 or 3 more little games or something. All right. So I hope everybody enjoyed tonight, and I want to thank you all again for joining us and taking the time out of your night to play games with us and to listen to me read poetry. So I've enjoyed this, and we'll do the poetry, the Naked Poet, the middle of February. And if you all have any friends that would like to send me some poetry, let them know. Let's see. And so let's see. Bobby, Eddie, anyone that didn't, Jason, Curtis, anyone that didn't send in the poetry this time is welcome to post some poetry for February. What I'll do is I will have an event page for February, and then I will post that through the newsfeed and send out invites. All right then. So we're going to close it for now, and I will see you all on Facebook. Anything you would like to say?
Everybody try to stay warm up there. It's 66 degrees here.
Yeah, it's warm here. I had the air conditioner on today. It's so warm. All right, then I will tag you all. Good night, everybody. Peace and love, and I'll see you all on Facebook.
Everybody have a good week.
Bye.